lead. Tie them. Double kill. Double kill. Revenge. Revenge. Game over.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Halo Reach Tutor. I've got another gameplay video for you. This time I'm playing SWAT on the map Pinnacle. I'm playing multi-team, which means that there's myself and one teammate, and we are up against 5 other teams of 2, so it's going to be a little bit crazy here. Along the way, I'm going to give you a couple tips and tricks to improve your SWAT gameplay, as well as your own multi-team gameplay. So let's get started here. The first thing you need to know about SWAT is that nobody has any shields. This means kills are going to be incredibly easy to come by, so you need to play as much defense as you do offense. Alright, a single headshot, as you can see here, will dispatch your enemies very quickly without those shields. In terms of melee attacking, you do need to use a double beatdown in order to finish off an opponent, unless your opponent has already been weakened with a couple body shots. Now, when I talk about defense, one thing that you want to do is make sure that you keep your back to the wall, okay? You don't want anybody shooting you from behind because, of course, you are unprotected, you have no shields, and they're going to be able to kill you before you even know where the shot came from. So you'll see that I'm at the base of the ramp here using the top of the ramp to protect my back. Nobody's going to be able to shoot me from behind. They're going to have to come up in front of me, which is going to give me an equal opportunity to shoot them. So I spawned down nearby where I died, so I decided to rush back up and see if I can recover the position I was in. I'm able to clear this blue player out and resume my position. Again, the top of the ramp is protecting my back, and any player that wants to shoot me is going to have to come out in front of me, and that's going to give me an equal opportunity to shoot them. Now, unfortunately, I get ambushed here. It's a 3-on-1 situation. I'm not able to fend them all off. But I do respawn here in the same location at the ramp, and I'm working together with my teammates to polish off any players who are crazy enough to come after us. Get my second double and triple kill. Multiple kills are really quite easy to come by in SWAT, especially when you're playing multi-team, because there are just enemies all over the place. Now, when you're playing multi-team, if it's possible, you do want to communicate with your teammate to coordinate your gameplay, because you do only have the one teammate, and if you can work together, it will create an advantage. However, it can be difficult to work together sometimes because there are so many players on the map and things can get so crazy. It can be very difficult to even find yourself in the same vicinity as your teammate. So if you can work together, great, but sometimes that's not always possible on multi-team. So I make sure to check the other side of the map before proceeding on to this side. I don't want anybody coming up from behind me, as I said. When you're playing Team SWAT, it's very important to check your 6. You don't want anybody coming up from behind you unawares, okay? You always want to be turning around, checking out any players that might be trying to sneak up behind you. Of course, that's why I like this spot right here, because it's impossible for a player to sneak up behind me. There are no jetpacks in SWAT. The only loadout is the sprint ability. Let me tell you a little bit about the sprint ability. One of the things that you're going to want to do when you're playing SWAT is sneak up on other players, okay? Because there's no radar system, and if you can sneak up behind somebody, you're going to have an advantage. The trouble with the sprint ability is it's very noisy. It's very difficult to sneak up on anybody when they hear you running with that sprint ability. So keep that in mind. You may want to sprint in some situations, but you want to be careful not to overuse it, or you will give away your location and give other players an advantage. The other thing to keep in mind when you are sprinting is that your gun is lowered when you decide to sprint. A lot of times you're going to come around a corner and be faced with a player that you were not expecting, and if your gun isn't up right at eye level, you're probably going to get killed first. So I usually only use the sprint ability in SWAT in rare circumstances. I don't want to use it all the time. Now again, when you're playing multi-team, it's a little bit more like a Lone Wolves or Rumble Pit style. There's players spawning all over the place. A lot of times you'll notice that players spawn like right next to where you're standing. It can be kind of crazy. So you just need to be very aware of what's around you and never expect that you're safe in any circumstance. Right here I felt absolutely terrible about betraying my teammate there. It was just a reaction. Basically, I turned around, saw him running towards me, and I fired. Unfortunately, that kind of thing happens in SWAT occasionally. You know, make sure to forgive your teammates. It's very easy to betray them with a single headshot if you're not careful. So just be as careful as you can, but also keep in mind that that kind of thing happens from time to time. So I'm continuing to work the lower part of this ramp here. Going to be able to lay a couple more shots on my opponents and work together with my teammate to wrap up this gameplay. I want to thank you all for watching today. This is Halo Reach Tutor. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumb up and a comment if you like the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.